Some people just want to watch World Fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad.
That's right.
It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 355, I think. I think that's where we're at. At least that's what the outline says. So, welcome everybody. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm Jim.
And I'm the intern.
Hey! The whole crew's here without a guest. So,
This is going to be boring. I'll see you later.
see you, Blake. What, are you driving this week, Blake?
No, I'm firmly rooted on my couch.
Okay. We had people concerned for you that you weren't dying, so that was good.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Brian, what are you drinking over there for my mistakes?
I got some Jameson IPA cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that some round ice cubes or regular ice cubes?
These are round. They're actually skulls.
Ooh, for Halloween.
Yeah, I got spooky silicone ice molds for Halloween.
Awesome.
Nice.
Spooky.
Don't do that, Jeff. Don't do it again.
Scared me.
Oh.
Spooky.
Yeah, I'm going to have to leave. I'm too scared.
Spooky.
Okay, now that just sounded like you were in 50 Shades of Grey right there.
I mean, I feel like I'm going to crash. I'm not even driving.
So anyways, we are here. Welcome, everybody. Yay! We got big news.
Big news.
We
Big
do
news.
have big news. It is from EILFM. You're not helping, Jeff. We're not talking about the Whisperers anymore.
From EMF? I thought that group broke up a long time ago.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
So if you go to Steve and Izzy, they're always on our podcast, and Izzy makes a lot of cool art stuff, and she has an Etsy shop, and we will put that link on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas, and
What's an Etsy shop?
it's basically a place, arts and crafts that you can sell, and then you don't have to go through Amazon. And if you go on and put Hobie Pod when you buy something, you get 15% off. It will get people 15% off,
Cool.
and you'll get 15% off. So you're like 30% off. So there you go.
Is it easier to navigate than Tumblr?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, good job, Blake. So
It's basically Amazon for small business people. People who hand make stuff.
Like under
Craft.
5.5 feet tall?
No, small businesses, not small people.
Oh, okay.
anyways, so thanks, Blake, for ruining this. Anyways,
No, that's good news. Is it mostly like possum and rat themed art?
no, it is not just
She's just selling rats on
Yes.
Etsy.
She's actually selling the baby rats. That's what she's selling. So she does have lots of cool arts and crafts right there. If you follow her, she posts on Twitter a lot. But I will get you the link on our Facebook page. But Izzy's Etsy shop there, and
Does she have a blacklight Nicolas Cage poster for sale?
maybe. Maybe. Handcraft it.
If you turn the light out, would it actually have the map to where he hid the Constitution?
You got to be careful with the Constitution.
To where he hid the Constitution. I think you got the story a little confused.
Was it Nicolas Cage himself that actually did it? Because that wouldn't surprise me. Here we go. It is untidyvenus.etsy.com. So there you go. Untidy, UNTIDYVENUS.etsy.com. So there you go. If you go to that and you find something you like and you put in HobiePod, you get 15% off. So there you go. So they're
But that's only if you pay in IOUs.
No, you got to pay in cash or charge. Probably not cash because I don't think you can send it to Utah by mail. That might be the old school Sears catalog version. So, but we're excited to help them out there. So go buy some stuff, people. Go buy some stuff.
Can I use traveler's checks?
Diner cards.
Oh,
This is a Casio, Jeff.
What about
Watch?
Players Club?
Did you say Players Club?
Yeah. Who loves you, baby?
I don't know what that is. What's Players Club?
Oh, my God. That's a really dated commercial.
an
Go
old
look
time
up Telly
credit card
Savalas.
with Kojak doing the commercials.
Oh, the guy that says, "Who loves you, baby?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't Blake just say that?
I don't know. I ignored him. Who
Yeah.
loves you, baby? So,
Hey, Jason.
yes.
Jason, since we're like hyping stuff, should we talk about what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, sure. We are doing, well, I can't even say it. It's Quarantine Con?
Warren Con.
There you go.
Warren Con.
There you go. This weekend,
QuranCon?
yeah. 15th,
Corn
15th and the
Corn
16th.
Con.
15th and the 16th. 15th, Friday nights, 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday, it's 11 to 5 p.m. And, basically it's free. All you have to do is go to YouTube. We'll be streaming it live. Or if you want to, Paper Street Comics in Cincinnati, Ohio, they will be doing it live on their Facebook page. So you can do it there. And also, I believe...
Can I correct you right now?
Yes.
Please do.
It's the 16th and the 17th.
That's what I meant. 16th and 17th.
Yeah, you had me trying to look up my calendar to make sure because that didn't sound right. But thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. I can tell you when the Cincinnati Comic Expo is.
We're co-sponsors of a con. And we can't even get our dates right.
That's okay. Last week we forgot to talk about it entirely.
That's true. So real quick here before we get into the show.
I still don't even know what I'm supposed to do for this.
Basically, there'll be links on YouTube, and we'll be putting it on Facebook and Twitter, and you can just log in. We have special links that we can be host of a panel if we wanted to. But anyways, you log in, you just click the link, and basically you just watch it. We have panels galore from 5 to 8 on Friday night, this Friday. We have EILFM. They will be talking about the rise of African-American superheroes in movies. That would be from 6 to 6:30. From 6:30 to 7 is trivia, Hobie staple. Then will be 7 to 7:30 is comic book writers and artists. MEST, which is based in Cincinnati. Jim, you know them, right?
Yeah, so I went to college with Jay.
Yeah. Jay will be on there, and I believe he's going to get his artist on there as well. So basically, they'll be doing a comic panel with Brad from the Cinema Guys, talking about their comic books. And then after that, from 7:30, we'll have Andrea Moriarty. We're going Moriarty. From the Shepherd. He gets the joke. No, from the Shepherd Comics. We've had him and his son on before. They were doing really great stuff with the Shepherd comic book. And they started off several years ago when they were on our show. They only had one series, and now they've expanded the Shepherd universe. So that's going to be cool.
Hobie Bump.
That's right.
Hobie Bump.
And then from 11 till 5 the next day, we'll have people. We have Source Point Press. Dev will be talking about them, and he might have some guests from 11:30 to 12. We have Ben Clanton, who is a children's book author. that he will be on as well. He'll be on from 12:15, I believe, to 12:45. He's a pretty popular kids book writer. He does the Narwhal and Jelly books. So, and then after that, the big one, if you have Shudder, Kevin from 365 Flicks Podcast and Nerdly Out Loud Podcast, he is going to be interviewing the whole cast of Host, which is the horror movie that's been pretty popular here the last couple weeks. And that it's on Shudder, and he's got the whole cast, so he'll be doing the whole panel with them. And then let's see here at 1:30 to 2, we have Super Heroines. How do you say that? Heroines. Heroines. Thank you.
Oh my lord!
Super Heroines, etc. That's with Brad. And then 365, Kev will sit down with us and talk, and he might have a special guest from 2 to 2:30. 2:30 to 3, Brad will have some popular cosplayers that will be on the show. He'll be talking to them. And then he'll be doing a panel from 3 to 3:30 with Epic Pictures. They produce a lot of small independent films and some horror films and that. So he'll be talking to, I believe, the president of the company from 3 to 3:30. And then after that, we're going to have like a little open talk of trivia there, giveaways. And then from 4 to 4:30, we have Scab Jeff Morris there to talk about his books and ghost hunting. And then we're going to finish it up from 4:30 to 5 that I will be playing trivia with Jen Adams, who lost very poorly in Buffy trivia last year. She's back for a rematch. So I feel like it's going to do better this year. So, and then we finish it up at 5 o'clock. So you don't have to stay for the whole thing. Basically, listeners can jump in anytime throughout the day. It's free. And like I said, we'll release the schedule tomorrow. We've been releasing it small at a time, but we'll release the whole schedule, I believe, tomorrow. And so you can pick and choose when you want to come in. You can actually send questions in while the panel's going on. We'll have the guests answer them. And we'll be doing giveaways throughout the whole day because I got a lot of Funko Pops to give away. And we also have lots of Source Point Press comic giveaways as well. So they were very nice to do that, too. So there you go. So good job, Jim, for the promo there.
Oh, no problem.
So it's going to be fun. I think so. I think it's going to be a good time.
So do we lose?
When
do we lose?
No, what's that?
Go ahead, Blake.
Ahead. I was just going to make a dumb question.
What's that?
You go first.
No, I was just going to say, did we lose the Killer Raccoons too, guys?
We did lose the Killer Raccoons, guys, because their film did not break $10,000, and I don't think they want to talk to anybody now. So,
well, don't you think if they wanted to break 10,000, they should talk to us?
You would think. They were all excited, and then we said, hey, you want to do a panel? You know, and they're like, yeah, we got the cast going for Killer Raccoons too. Great, love to have you on. Let's get this set up. And then they didn't want to do it anymore because they didn't do well. And so they...
That's because they're refusing the Hobie bump.
They are refusing the Hobie bump.
Yeah.
So we did...
I just really wanted to know about Killer Raccoons.
I was excited to talk to them about it.
There was a golden opportunity, and they just blew it.
Bastards. So we're excited about
maybe
it.
they'll rethink it and come in.
For the virtual con next year, maybe. Dear God.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But when Jim says he went to college with one of these guys, was he like buddy with this person in college, or he sat in the same like lecture room?
He was a friend of my friend's. So one of the guys I ran cross country with, he hung out with that group of people. So I knew him on a social level. I don't think I might have had one class with him, but.
Okay.
And he gave away some prizes at our booth a couple years ago. He signed some autographed comic books. So it's Messed, MESSD, and it's pretty popular independent comic book. So they're doing really well for themselves. So it's nice. So like I said, it's just something we wanted to do just because everything else got canceled this year. Like I said, it's silly for you just jump on in, say hi, and like I said, we hope to have people look interested because I think we got some good people on it. So,
You know, Jim, I think you should do a lot of the interview questions and ask him questions like which character he created by your inspiration, and like ask him questions like, what do you remember most about me from college? I mean, make all your questions about him trying to remember
Just be
who you were
completely
from college.
selfish.
do you remember that one time in college that we?
You remember we were drinking
That was
beer?
cool.
Yeah.
You remember that one party on Dana? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, we drank.
Jim is the Chris Farley of panels.
Yeah, you remember that party I made at your house, and I made Chef Boyardee.
That was his house?
Probably one of his.
Jim,
I
that
did it a lot.
Jim, that was last week. Jim, if you want
Remember,
to, if you
remember
want,
last week when I broke into your house?
real
Remember
quick,
last week when you were on your couch watching TV? Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't supposed to let you know I was watching.
I like
I
watching
was
you
I
sleep.
saw a shadow in the window. Yeah, that was me.
Let's have a breath of silence before we get any farther for baseball
For the
greats.
Dit Man?
Well, no, hold on. Joe Morgan.
Oh. I thought we were going to talk
Shut
about
up!
the deal.
We're doing a breath of
Try to have a
silence.
breath of silence.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. I'm going to start right now.
You son of a bitch. This is why we can't have anything nice, Blake. This is why.
Well, you know,
Yes.
he was a cool guy named Joe.
MVP in 75-76. So there you go.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best second basemen around.
Correct.
He's up there with probably Mariano Duncan as one of the best second basemen out there.
Yeah.
That's elite company.
Yeah, but he probably couldn't play first base better than the Dit Man.
That's true. The Dit Man, we wish goodwill for him because he tore his ACL, MCL, PCL, KVL, ZVL, WVL, every ligament in his knee,
Did
jogging
not
to
tear the PCL.
jogging to third
Every
base.
other one he did. Jogging from second to third.
Yeah.
He announced his retirement from softball today. Same
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, there was a big social media event.
It was.
Yeah, he even did it on the radio show.
Yeah, he said that he's going to surgery at the beginning of November. Are you just going to have weekly, daily guests there, Blake, for your show? Blake and the Dit Man?
Yeah, instead of Blake and the Dit Man, it's going to be
Well, I heard the
Me.
day of the surgery, they're actually going to do the show in the operating room.
Oh, I like
Oh,
it.
wow.
yeah. I got a box of Junior Mints I'm going to take in there with me.
I'm sure that's going to help him. It's going to be perfectly fine.
You know, Junior Mint in the knee, I think will do it.
Before Blake changed the subject, though, any thoughts on Joe Morgan? Anybody?
Again, he was the sixth Hall of Famer, baseball Hall of Famer that passed away this year. It's
Oh.
the Cornfield baseball team just got a lot better.
Yeah, all these rookies will beat all those guys now.
Do you think he's better than Ryan Sandberg?
Yes.
In
not
what
Ryan, it's
measure?
Ryan.
Because every measure I can think of, yes. But other
The
than
one-
currently Ryan Sandberg is alive, that's the one thing he has on Joe Morgan.
he was worse at being a Cub.
Oh.
Joe Morgan was.
Ah,
Do you think Mariano Duncan was better than Ryan Sandberg?
No.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not a fan of Ryan Sandberg, but yeah, he was still a good hitter for many, many years. Where I don't think Mariano Duncan had that.
He was a big-time Gold Glove winner too, because he made no errors.
Well, that's because they were all catching errors, not throwing errors.
You know,
The first
it's also
baseman
kind of
couldn't
hard to
catch
catch when you have a Gold Glove too. I mean, there's a lot of, there's not a lot of give in that mitt when it's gold.
Mariano Duncan is a
he
lifetime.
literally had plays. Oh, I was like, Sandberg had plays where he'd field the ball clean, throw the ball 8 feet over the Mark Grace's head, and Grace would get the error because he didn't catch it. Grace needed to be better.
Maybe he
Grace-
needed to jump higher.
Grace should have used his go-go gadget arms.
Mark Gray should have been taller.
Mark Gray should have not been drunk.
Well, we got to be realistic here.
There's just some good stories out in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
So Sandberg is a 285 lifetime hitter. Mariano Duncan is a 267 lifetime hitter.
So, in my opinion, the only second baseman in history greater than Joe Morgan is Jackie Robinson. Maybe Rod Carew. They're
Jason hates Rod Carew.
Fucking
Don't
Rod
bring
Carew.
him.
God dang it, Rod Carew. Freaking baseball card.
I wouldn't say he's better, but pretty comparable.
As a person,
You know,
no.
the name Rod is a lot better than Joe.
Is it? Is it?
But does Carew have car dealerships? Because Joe Morgan does. Do you feel
Well, now
like
you're going to make us look up Rod Carew car dealerships.
Most likely he does.
Ma
What
Rooney?
kind of car dealerships are they?
Honda? Yeah,
Automobiles.
Foreign or domestic?
it's Honda. So
Joe
yes.
Morgan.
Luxury
Honda.
or family?
Moving on.
Do you feel like it's unfair that Joe Morgan passed away and Pete Rose is still alive? Do you feel like that's
Yes.
unfair? Okay. I do too.
I don't think it's unfair. It's unfortunate.
Well, according
But
to Pete,
Joe lived a long life. He was suffering from disease, nerve disease. I forget what the name of it is at the end of his life. So he's not suffering anymore. God bless you, Joe. Pete Rose is going to suffer for his entire life for being a piece of shit.
Allegedly.
no,
that's true.
He is
Allegedly.
about it.
Well, how old is Joe Morgan and how old is Pete Rose?
Joe Morgan, 77.
77. Rose has got to be
80.
right around that.
Wow.
Well, according to a very brief Google search, Rod Carew does not have a car dealership.
Oh no.
So
Or
you're
if
saying
he
he's
does,
a man of
it's,
integrity.
if he does, it's very hidden. So,
Pete Rose is almost 80.
Time out.
He's 79, birthday April 14th.
If anything you can get away from our podcast is that Rod Carew may have an underground car dealership that sells black market parts here. Great. Thanks, Jeff.
you got to check the deep web for that. It won't be on an easy Google search.
The good
We
news,
can make that a 30-minute topic for the Corn Con.
here's the thing, too, Jeff. You just broke the latest plot to Fast and Furious 10, that Rod Carew is the villain in it.
Rod Carew may or may not be chopping cars and selling premium.
It's true. But you know what? Even the Carew Tower in Cincinnati is named after him.
That's the front. It's a perfect front for a chop shop. Oh, I give up. Anyways. Did anybody finish watching The Boys?
Yes.
He did.
Okay.
Oh,
We all did.
Hooray.
We're all caught up.
We won't have to shun the intern.
Spoilers for the next couple minutes here for anybody listening about The Boys Season 2. What did you guys think of it? Jeff, what do you think?
No, I'm trying to remember how it ended.
They all died.
Oh, that's right. They all died. I was disappointed by them killing everybody off. I thought at least one person should have survived.
I'm really looking forward to the third season with nobody left.
Except Huey, that fucker. Ugh.
You missed him dying too? He died first.
I would have watched that over and over again, that whiny little bastard.
I'm going to be amazed at how they're going to survive with no heads.
They're powerless.
Yeah, so much for that big what was the leader of the cult? What's it? What was
Yeah,
that?
Leader of the church.
Whatever
Leader
the
of the church. So
was.
much for that big season 3 plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
prediction that he was the person blowing up the brains, blowing up the heads.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
I was expecting it to be him, but then when they started having that conversation, I'm like, oh no, his head's going to blow up.
I was shocked.
I thought it was the lady that recruited that lady.
Okay.
From the
the
church,
okay.
not the main guy, but I thought it was her.
Yeah. That would have been a cool plot twist rather than the Congress lady. But that doesn't kind of make sense because when she had to blow the guy's head up, her eyes had to ghost over, or she had to do something to concentrate. So there wasn't a lot of continuity when they were in the hearing when everybody's heads were blowing up. I mean, wouldn't you like grab her and look at her like her eyes would be all messed up or whatever? But I guess
I think in the chaos of people's heads exploding, I don't know if you're looking at somebody's eyes right away.
Well, they showed her eyes, when out,
Well, maybe since they were much
her.
Closer, and she didn't have to like go through like windows or something. It was much easier, so her eyes didn't really
change.
Yeah,
change.
That's true. But I do like to
think about it when they made that scene.
Yeah, I do like the fact that the Deep gets screwed over again. That was pretty funny. They put it.
Oh yeah, I'm back in. What about me? Oh,
fuck up. Fuck Fresca. You made me marry that weird ass lady who gives horrible blowjobs.
And he signed over his bank account.
He signed over my bank account,
which isn't easy.
That was the best. That was the best line.
The Deep is awesome. I love that character. He's such a loser.
He's so deserving of it too.
Yeah,
he's such a shit.
I've changed. I don't sexually assault people anymore. Oh, okay. I'm married now too. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a very good season. I thought I was upset that it was only 8 episodes. I kept forgetting that. Brian reminded me that the first season was 8, and I was like, damn. It premiered on Thursday night, the night before that usually comes out, and I was looking online. I was on Facebook, and somebody wrote, "Oh my God, all the whole season of The Boys 2 is out." So I went thinking, "Oh, they released the last 3 episodes." Nope, just the last one. Damn it!
Yeah,
it was good though. I enjoyed it.
It was good. I liked the first season better because it was new. The second season, it's like, okay, let's see where you go, and I thought it was okay, but I don't know what they're going to do for third season.
Where do they go since like the 7 is still around?
Okay, so my limited knowledge of the series, the comic book series, this sets up for the comic book series now, because there was parts of it in the TV show which I get. But season 3 is going to be more towards the comic book. In the comic book, they basically have these little story arcs of, like, you need to go get this superhero and kill him or her because they're going rogue, or they're doing something wrong, or they're killing the wrong people. And so that's the whole gist of the series, or the main gist of it. So I think it set it up perfectly for the Butcher to recruit his guys, and they basically go off and do these little missions, which I think is going to be fun, too, just because I think now you've laid the groundwork for 2 seasons. Now they can get into balls to the wall. They can go kill these guys that are assholes and legally do it, even though it's off the books. So I'm actually excited for season 3.
His whole major motivation was to get Homelander in revenge because of what he thought had happened to his wife, right?
Correct.
And then you got the big reveal at the end of season 1 with Homelander takes on, was like, look at the, let me show you something. Right. And then so you're like, where's this going to go in season 2? And you're like, what is the Butcher's motivation now? I mean, seriously, his wife is dead. His not real son, back in hiding with the CIA. Homelander has his Batman over Gotham City jerking off. And which was weird, by the way.
Yeah, I'll do anything I want.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't make sense for Homelander. How's he come out scot clean out of this whole thing with everything that was going on? And Stormfront seemed to get conveniently shoved aside. So
not dead.
It's kind of like
conveniently shoved aside. I mean, they pretty much blamed everything on her after,
Yeah. I was like,
turning
oh, yeah,
her
well,
into whatever that was.
but
Darth Vader.
Probably in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Do you know what she said in German? Did anybody look it
I
up?
would have liked to have gone online and looked that up. What was she saying?
So I read
There's
an
no
article.
subtitles, which really irked me.
Yeah, it was they interviewed one of the writers, and he's and I'll just paraphrase. It was basically her remembering a time when she was with her husband Vought and her daughter back in like 1943, I think that he said, or 1940. And they were basically like apple picking, and it was like a beautiful day. That's what she went back to, was before all this shit went down. She just thought of the happiest moment in her life. And it was basically her and her husband and her daughter, enjoying a weekend, apple picking, kind of, walking the fields and that. So,
So you're supposed to feel sorry for her now?
I don't think so. I think
That's not like the same effect like in Saving Private Ryan, where the German that they let go ends up killing what's his name in the city, in the house, and then where he's taking the knife and he's sticking into him. He's like, and he's pleading for his life, saying, no, please, no. And he says something in German, and you're like, oh shit, what did he say? And you go look it up, and it was something along the lines of "Die, dirty Jew."
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, fuck that guy,
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to feel sorry for her. I think it adds a layer to her that, yeah, she's a horrible person, a Nazi, but she's also, she had a family, and she's not 100% pure evil. She's evil, but she's not 100%.
She's only 99% evil.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's some redemption for everybody, maybe storyline.
And I think
she wasn't redeemed by the fact that she had a good day.
So that they are human after all, too. I guess, I don't know, despite how despicable they are. I like my bad guys the old-fashioned way. It's pure evil. Just hate them.
I think you said the motivation for Butcher next season. He just wants to kill. He just wants to kill supers.
What is the actual motivation for him?
He's pissed off at the world and just wants to take it out on the supers.
Especially since he's getting
like all the landlords.
So, yeah,
or like the maintenance guys of
like Schneider. He wants to kill Schneider.
Schneider.
Wolfman. Oh man.
No,
but I did like Queen Maeve coming around to her little redemption kind of story, quote unquote.
That was a great scene where the women were just dogpiling
the shit out of her.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. And even he quotes the movie, "Women getting it done, or girls get it done,
girls get it done."
I'll be honest, like when Queen Maeve showed up, I did not expect it. I should have expected it, but I just kind of completely forgot about her at that point because I was looking at.
But that was good story writing.
Yeah,
because you had completely written her off.
Mm-hmm. And I figured she would eventually, when Starlight, tells her, we need your help in that. I figured it would eventually come back, but you completely forget about it, or I did. And then when you're like, who the fuck's punching her? And you turn around and like, oh, shit. So, yeah, I did like the three women beating on Stormfront. So, Jim, did you like the season?
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Although
I'm not sure where they're going to go with it, but yeah, it was. I look forward to Friday evenings.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else have a problem that they built this machine that they thought might have a way to stop or at least slow down Stormfront, and the first thing they do is when she shows up is yell, "Quick, get to the car! That's where the machine is."
Let me destroy it.
Well, that was kind of funny because she shows that she was still one step ahead, kind of.
I was impressed that car rolled over 87 times and nobody was injured in it. Mother's Milk was fine. The ex-wife was fine.
Oh, yeah.
I get the kid was because he's a super, but the other two, perfectly fine.
Yeah, that was a little too far of a stretch.
Seatbelts, that's right. So.
Well, yeah, airbag, seatbelts,
Did anybody watch anything else real quick this week?
I've tried to replace my the boys with the Haunting of Bly Mansion.
How is that?
Which is the non-sequel to the Haunting of the Hill House. It's the same director and a lot of the same actors, but they're doing a complete take basically on Bly Mansion, which is actually, it's essentially a remake of Henry James's The Turning of the Screw, which is a bad idea because it's a good book and it's a famous book because Henry James leaves the ambiguity in it to where you supply your own horrors, and it leaves open the question of whether if the lady was, with the nanny, whether she was insane or if she was actually seeing ghosts, right? So that doesn't transfer to the screen very well. And it's kind of interesting. If you go and you look it up, there's been like 87, and it's been crazy. Like there's been tons of movies that they tried to make and plays to cover Henry James, and they all have their own spins on it. But I started watching it, and I was like, okay, I'm waiting for the next Haunting of Hill House, and so I read Turn of the Screw back in high school for my AP English class, and so I was very familiar with it. And I'm like, oh, okay, but it's okay. I mean, some of the acting isn't as good in this, and some of the characters aren't as developed. I mean, the good thing about Haunting of Hill House was that you really got to like the characters an awful lot, and the slow reveals and the horrors come out. And in this one, it's kind of, I don't know, man. It is not as good.
It's a bad sign when the first thing I put on is The Turning of the Screw on Google, like film, and one of the first articles is the top 8 film adaptations of The Turn of the Screw. I was like,
oh yeah, I mean, they even did one this year. That the Turning, I didn't even know about. I'm probably going to go watch it.
I meant to say, Blake, I assume this isn't going to be on your top 5 list then, Turning of the Screw?
No, it's a good book. Other than that, but the Turning actually has the boy from Stranger Things in it. I didn't even know this movie was out earlier this year. I don't know if we even talked or mentioned about it. But no, and then they throw in some curveball ghost phantasm thing, which has no background or story in Turning of the Screw. It's just like this weird ass thing that they do, and I'm like, all right. The novelty was recognizing actors from Hill House and going, oh, that's so and so, or oh, I know her, I know Peter, I know that guy, and then they do, it's okay. I mean, if you're just looking for something to fill the time, which is what I'm doing, so just don't have high expectations, and then it starts to get a little goofy, and you're just like, what is this? Okay, this is predictable. This is it. Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Is the whole series out right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's on Netflix.
Jimmy, have you seen anything?
I started to watch Hubie Halloween and fell asleep.
Yeah, me too. I got like halfway through it. I loved the first half. It was like classic Sandler, like character. It was so good. Like what I saw of it.
But
I enjoyed it. Again, I decided to try and watch it at like 2 a.m. and I haven't been staying up that late recently. So I made it through about the first 40 minutes, and it was what it was. If you like Sandler, you'll probably enjoy it. If you're tired of some of the Chandler shtick, you might not want to watch it. But
are you?
But I don't think it's like normal, like the normal like new Sandler stuff. It's like he goes back to his like old character, some of the characters from his like stand-up albums, like are some of the characters in the movie.
But he doesn't develop anything new, though. I mean, it goes back to some of his older stuff. So if you're tired of what he's done, then you're going to find it kind of bleh. But if you enjoyed his older stuff and his stand-up and stuff, yeah, you'll enjoy the characters, enjoy the film.
Does he do it at a medium pace?
In and out at a medium pace.
I will say Kevin James plays an amazing cop in this movie. So,
Brian,
is Kevin James stereotyped now?
No.
Cop.
As
We
Mall
did
cop,
have a
security
listener
guard.
review of this film. Let's see here. It's from Kevin at Cincy Explorer. He had, in typical Adam Sandler fashion, you get all the usual players and tropes. However, this film is better than his normal goofy comedies. Felt more like a late 1990s, early 2000s Saturday Night Live skit comedy. With the additions of some old Sandler jokes and cameos, it was actually an entertaining film. Despite being really corny at some points, I actually was laughing more than I expected. So there you go.
so, did it have Canteen Boy?
Oh no, we can't do that. I watched Venom this week, and it was a film. It was on TV. That was about
It
it.
existed.
Did anyone see Venom? Has anyone seen it?
I have not.
I've seen some of it.
Yeah, I saw it.
I was like, okay, like it was on FX.
It's
What's that?
it's somewhat disappointing, actually. If
Yeah.
you think about Venom itself. You know,
I like Eddie Brock and Venom talking to each other, and that was good because that's like the comic books. I like that part of it. But the whole purpose of Eddie Brock is he's this asshole that is pissed off because Spider-Man proved that one of Eddie Brock's stories about a serial killer was incorrect. So he gets this rage, and that's part of the reason Venom is able to bond to him. Well, in the movie, they never really explain why he bonded. Like, oh yeah, it worked out well. And then like the bad guy was basically killing homeless people to try to get this alien symbiote to bond to these, and nobody was getting it until Eddie broke into the lab and got it. Well, then, like later on, the billionaire bad guy gets his own. Michelle Williams gets one, and I'm like, wait a minute! I thought it wasn't bonding to anybody. Now it can bond to everybody. Like, wait a minute. So that was my issue. Is that I don't know, and I'm not a huge Venom guy, anyways.
Yeah, that's my issue. Is it's a movie about Venom, a character I never liked. So,
And it wasn't bad, but the bad guy was not good in it. Would you agree with me on that, Blake? The bad guy was kind of eh.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But I think the most disappointing aspect of this movie was the fact that I actually knew who Tom Hardy was.
He did look like Tom Hardy in this. That is true.
Because he was, the best thing about Tom Hardy characters are you don't know it's Tom Hardy.
Yeah. In this one, you knew it was
Unfortunately,
him.
I mean, only when he was covered with the Venom, I guess he wasn't Tom Hardy.
I mean, it was okay. I mean, I've seen worse, but I watched it and I was like, that was a film. It was on FX and I DVR'd it, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush to watch it a second time.
No. Jeff, anything?
no.
Brian, anything?
I started Doom Patrol on HBO Max.
How is that?
That's pretty good.
I'm only 3 episodes in. So far, I'm interested. Like, it's got my attention.
I've
heard real
seen
good
something
things about
about
it.
Doom Patrol on HBO Max,
Yeah.
and I saw it, and I'm like, I may want to watch that. What is that about again for me and for the audience?
So it's basically, it's like
What's
they're like they're like rehabilitating, or not rehabilitating, but people like they're getting rebuilt, and the goal is to get them built up to
Yeah,
the Justice
It's like
League.
it's like a scientist or like a doctor.
Yeah.
Finds these people with certain powers or certain mutant type things, and he brings them in, gets them away from the public eye, so they can develop themselves, harness their powers. The one character, he takes a piece of shit car auto racer who wrecks his car. He takes his brain and puts it into a robot.
Because that's pretty much all that was left of him after the accident.
Is it kind of
Yes.
like X-Men?
Not it's in the fact that they're grabbing a bunch of soups together or a bunch of mutants together. Yes, but not really.
Okay.
No.
The again, it's not to the same scope as X-Men is.
Mhm.
There's only
Like
a few. There's only like a few of the people he has, and it's maybe at the very early stages. But yeah,
Well,
Yeah, so like I'm only into the third episode, so there's only the four main characters, and they just introduced the fifth. Like, so they're not really quite developed either. You just kind of know like what they're.
this first season is all character development.
Yeah,
Not a whole lot happens. You just kind of get some backstory on why each is there, and then at the end of it, you'll see it starts to go, so it opens itself up.
yeah, all live action film DC shows are going straight to HBO Max now. We talked about that last week. That basically hello, trolley coming through. DC United. DC Universe. What is that one? The streaming service is basically going straight to comic books. So I even think Harley Quinn's animated show is coming to HBO Max, the R-rated one. Moving on here. Let's see here. Oh, Swamp Thing did premiere on CW. Jim, did you watch Swamp Thing on DC?
No.
Okay.
No.
CW has nothing else going on, so they threw Swamp Thing on it. So good for them. Let's see here. Honor of Chris Jericho's 30 years in wrestling.
Sorry, just in. The Jets released disgruntled running back Le'Veon Bell,
That worked out well.
according to Adam Schefter. Couldn't even get a trade made for
Real
him.
Adam Schefter, or is it the fake Adam Schefter?
no, it's real.
It's whoever ESPN quotes.
We had a fake Adam Schefter fool one of our friends telling us that Doug Marone got fired and they hired Todd Wash, their really shitty defensive coordinator, and he threw a shit fit, yelling and screaming, and tweeted nasty stuff at the Khan family.
Who's the NFL?
It turned out
it's real. They just showed it on the Buffalo Tennessee game here.
Who's the NFL insider?
Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, did you see he got suspended?
He got suspended by the NFL Network for 2 weeks
Because he retweeted, basically sponsored a manscaping razor, and so they said you can't do that. You're suspended for 2 weeks.
because they're a Gillette company. They're
Is that why?
official sponsor.
That's what. Yeah, there's.
It's still funny
Because
that
they're
he
not a Gillette company, is what you mean.
Oh, Manscaping
Gillette's-
isn't, but the
Yeah.
NFL is the official sponsor of NFL is Gillette. So
Yeah.
as an employee of them, he can't publicly go out and.
I just like that he was promoting a manscaping razor. Good for him. He's clean shaven everywhere.
And was
Hey,
he actually
so-
promoting
so-
it, or was he just sharing it because he found it an amusing?
I don't
commercial?
know. I don't know.
It's like, oh, this is funny. Look at this.
I didn't see it because it was deleted and nobody could screen grab it.
Oh,
But I thought it was because he had tweeted out the leaked photos of the Titans practicing
yes.
when they weren't supposed to. That's what I had assumed that he got in trouble for.
Nope.
Nope,
I bet I bet you that's the real reason he got in trouble. And then he put up the manscaping thing and took it down so that the NFL can save his face.
So,
No,
They
the
could
NFL is setting up to do it over
With
the
permission
Gillette.
from Robert Kraft and the New England Patriots.
maybe he just want to give his phone to the NFL. Let's see. Anyways, Twitter poll of the week at Bad Ideas Podcast. In honor of Chris Jericho's 30 years in wrestling, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, who is his best partner in crime? This is more for, not Blake. We had Ralphus. Jeff, what does Ralphus do? There you go. Shake the finger.
For those of us listening, you have no clue what I just
I
did.
explained it. Kevin Owens, The Big Show, which I completely forgot he was big with The Big Show, but he had a really long reign with him in a tag.
I don't even remember them ever being together. I don't remember that run at all.
I'll be honest.
The Jarrah show or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, it was because I think Christian got injured, and so they had to replace him. And then the inner circle with what he is with now in the AEW. In last place, the Inner Circle at 11%. They started off strong, but they're kind of weak right now. Like they haven't done much with them. So in third place, which is a travesty, Ralphus.
This is a shame. Ugh.
22%.
This should be number 1.
It should be. And then winning 38.9% to 27.8%, The Big Show beating out Kevin Owens. I would be mad, but The Big Show's such a nice guy that I'm okay with it. He's such a good guy. He does a lot for with sponsorship and helping out the Special Olympics, and he just seems like a really good guy. So I'll give you this one, The Big Show. I'll give you this one.
It'd be fantastic if they picked up his show for a second season.
No, but they're doing a Christmas special. Did you see that, Jim?
No, I did not.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know is it this year that they're showing it or next year, but it's a Big Show Christmas movie.
I believe it's this year.
There you go. So, to bring closure.
I don't think I think they can probably get this done in a couple months. I don't think they're going to need a year to make a Big Show Christmas special.
Oh.
Glow.
I don't think they're the same budget or the same stuff they need for Avatar.
I like how Glow, people are, that they can't give closure to that series, but damn it, we're going to give closure to the Big Show series. Damn
So
it.
supposedly, from what I've heard and have been reading, there may be a movie. They might do a movie outside of Netflix
To do closure.
To close the season.
Nice.
Or close it up.
Good for them.
But there is a hashtag Save Glow change petition circulating and stuff like that. So it's possible that they'll at least, because like I said last week, they had already started shooting some of the fourth season, and everybody was paid. So I mean, to me, that's silly.
Well, especially in this day and age when you get shows that, I get COVID is slowing things down, but you get TV shows that are pushing out later. I mean, hell, Mindhunter was 2 years until they showed it, Westworld season 3 was 2 years.
Netflix has always been like that.
Yeah.
Like you get a show in May, the second season of it wouldn't come out until June of the next year. So
Lost in Space is a year and a half to 2 years now for the final season. It's like, okay. I mean, that's why I didn't get with Glow, especially after they paid everybody.
The boys hit puberty already.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's kind of true. Like, you're kind of wondering, like, some of these shows, like The Walking Dead that got pushed back, it's like, how old are these kids going to be? Like, are we doing another time jump with The Walking Dead now?
yeah. Luckily, most of that was already filmed, though. So they just finishing touch, production stuff.
I still haven't finished The Walking Dead. I just have no desire to finish it. It's still on my DVR, though.
It's okay. I would advise you to do it. Blake, would you like to do some listener feedback here?
Sure. Time for some bomb listener feedback. Brought to you by Happy Birthday, United States Navy. All right.
You say it's your birthday.
No. Yes, Continental U.S. Navy. Created on this day, October 13th, 17th.
Still better than the Coast Guard.
Still better than the Coast Guard.
Man.
Continental Navy, privateers, or were we just pirates?
Arrgh.
You make the choice. Depends on what side you're on.
Arrgh.
All right. From this one guy,
Doug,
number
#1 fan.
Ape hands.
formerly known as
Dad?
the man that's delivering your presidential ballots.
That's right.
In honor of World Post Day, quote, or parentheses, Postal Worker Day, who is your favorite fictional postman? I think my favorite one was the guy that always rang twice. He got laid a lot.
Ba-dum-bum.
Aww. Jeff,
It
who's
was-
yours?
Cliff Clavin.
Okay. Jim?
I have to go. Let's see. Cliff Clavin's an obvious one, so I have a couple ones I'm going to do. Manic Mailman, the cartoon mailman from the Itchy and Scratchy show.
Mm-hmm.
Reba from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh. Who did somebody famous that person end up becoming famous after Pee Wee?
Samuel L.
Right.
Jackson.
Well, he also wasn't Reba the mail lady.
No.
So
I don't know who Reba was. Who else, Jim? You got anyone else?
And I had somebody else and I forgot them. I'll think of it real quick.
Okay. Brian, who you going with?
All right, let's see. Newman, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Newman.
Kevin Costner.
The Postman.
Did you see Newman reprise his role?
Yes.
That was a very entertaining skit. I enjoyed that. Wasn't Mr. Wilson a mailman from Dennis the Menace?
Yeah, Mr. Wilson was, yes.
I did not know that. I thought he was retired.
You know, Brian, it's scary how close we are because my top three was going to be Newman, Cliff Clavin, and Kevin Costner. So that was pretty close, you know. Postman, give him a letter, please. We got to build a statue. There will be statues built of Doug in the future as a postal carrier.
Is anyone going to say Agent K?
Then we would have to talk about Men in Black. Ugh.
That wasn't even Men in Black. That was like Men in Black 2. Yeah. Reba was played by S. Epathan Murkison, who was best known as Lieutenant Anita Van Buren in Law and Order for like 18 years, or however many years she was on that.
Okay.
She's also now in the Chicago series is on NBC, I believe. She's on Chicago Med.
Chicago Med, yeah. Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. She's in all of them.
Chicago SVU, Chicago Little League, Chicago Boy Scouts.
Not Chicago SVU.
Oh.
But a season or two ago, they did do a crossover with Law and Order SVU.
Part of the Dick Wolf universe there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're now last year they're doing a crossover with his other series on CBS, the FBI World, the FBI Most Wanted and FBI. They were having some characters from the Chicago PD crossover into that to those shows.
Cool.
Just to let you know, The Good Doctor is coming back in a couple weeks too. Speaking of medical shows.
We just were talking about that at dinner that we got to watch the third season. We missed it. So
can't wait. Oh
yeah. She did 391 episodes of Law and Order.
Can't wait.
She was 392, wasn't it? Because she was in an episode like in the first couple of seasons playing somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, it says 391 episodes. And it has both characters she played.
Okay.
listed.
Simmer down over there, Jim. Simmer. Blake, what else we got?
Next we got from Greg with 2 G's. Since you had fun with this last time, let's do it again, but with late night. You are in charge of programming a television network from 11:30 p.m. till 2:30 a.m. What late night talk shows or programming do you put on?
Okay. Let's see here. We did this. We were in charge of a network before, and from 8 till 11. So now we're 11:30 p.m. till 2:30 a.m. Does everybody have?
It has to include Benny Hill.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. From 2 to 2:30. So we don't get the censor. That's a good. I'm going Benny Hill. That's a good one. Okay.
Well, I think we have to have the Jon Stewart show.
Saw that coming. Saw that.
But not the thing he did on Comedy Central. Not the Daily Show. The Jon Stewart show that he did on MTV.
With Talk
With
Show
Talk Show
John. Yep.
Yeah, with Talk Show John.
Okay. I'm going to put the Craig Ferguson show. I really love that show
I'll give you that. He was one of my favorites of that era.
because he didn't have a
he's really
monologue.
good.
He just talked. It was great. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't need bad jokes and
Yeah.
writers trying to figure out what's funny. He just talked and off the cuff.
Anybody got any other shows that we should put in there? Jimmy Fallon.
What I want to put on again. You always get your infomercials that come on.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I want the guy who's selling knives, but I want to replace that guy with Doug Marcaida, and he just stabs the shit out of everything.
So
I would buy those.
Heel keel.
You just do that. Just follow him on Instagram.
Oh, I do.
It's just videos of like him being ridiculous and like swinging knives around. It's amazing.
That's why I want an entire show of it.
So we have the Jon Stewart show, the Craig Ferguson show. That's up to 1:30, and then at 1:30 we have Benny Hill, and then we have an infomercial at 2.
I'd throw some Chappelle show in there late.
That fine. That can come at 1:30. Benny Hill's at 2, and then infomercials at 2:30. We're going to extend it.
I mean, but if it were me, I would do like a solid block of Friends, King of Queens, and then probably maybe like
Doesn't that exist on Channel 19 already?
Pretty much. Yeah.
TBS, everything.
Nickelodeon, Nick at Night. Yeah, I mean it's already it programs itself.
Okay. So,
Kevin Can Wait. Get that in syndication.
But on weekends, I want to run old time roller derby.
oh,
Like real roller derby or
Yeah.
the fake stuff that they tried to make us believe in the 90s?
The fake shit. That was awesome.
Jim, can we pair that with American Gladiators, the old school version?
Yes.
Okay. And then what?
Only if Malibu is in every episode.
And Gemini.
Nitro will be.
Nitro, that's right. You don't want the episodes that he's the announcer in it. You don't want those. Okay, so on the weekends it's going to be that. It's going to be roller derby, and then American Gladiators, and then what I was talking about on the public access show, that strip show that they always show with the pasties of the women. So that we had on local access. So we're going with that. I'm putting that in there too.
Sure. I suppose I didn't watch enough local access.
We didn't have cable, Jeff. Okay, so I talked about this
Is that where
on
local access was from?
yeah, but I mean we didn't have many channels to watch. No, not local access. It was a channel 45. Somehow
Okay.
sorry.
But the access was on cable.
Right.
I
went
your
in-
cable company.
I went into this on when I was a guest on Pittsburgh Nerd a couple weeks ago, and they were just flabbergasted by it, and I still remember it as beautiful. So
But again, you also remember watching somehow these cats that
there was
were
cats on that fucking show. Okay.
You got. I forgot. We got to make a change to our schedule somewhere.
What's that?
We got to put the Morton Downey Jr. show in there
No.
somewhere.
How about,
Yes, it is so terrible.
That'd be the weekend, late night weekend.
what about Dirk Dietrich?
That show was so bad.
We could do Dirk Dietrich.
Some of the old Dean Martin roasts on the weekend would be fun.
Oh, and
Something
commercials for Carol Burnett's show. Like, don't actually show the show; just show the commercials for the DVDs.
The DVD collection.
Yeah.
Forgot
Some
about that.
Freedom Rock.
You know what's pretty bad is that I came across one of those DVD collection for the first 5 years of SNL. I actually watched it for like an hour until I realized it was on repeat.
Don't forget, you also have to get, what was it, Great Historical Moments in Time, like the book series. Remember they used to have that?
Time
the
Life.
Titanic.
Time Life books.
Yeah, Korean War, historical moments in history. I like this, Jeff. Good idea on that. You know what? I think we could do it. I say we all band together.
I do
And-
like that. Yeah, the Time Life. Like every week, you pick a different series and highlight their commercials, their infomercials for Time Life books. I
Does
like it.
anybody have money to buy a UHF channel so we can put this on? Let's do this.
We need to wait for our uncle that we don't know to pass away and leave us that money.
Damn it.
If you would have given me the information for that small business loan,
Can we block some time at QuaranCon for this?
We could actually. You know what?
now all the PPE money is gone, Jason. So
Damn
we missed our opportunity.
Damn it.
But we could just do it on YouTube.
That's true. Blake, what else we got?
Next one's from Brian. Given that we have proof that non-saga Star Wars movies, parentheses, especially it seems that they appear near the original timeline, and shows work better than the sequels, what would you like to see? A movie about the Bothan spies? What happened at
Bothan.
Lord Mandel and Solo 2, or Biggs at the Academy? Biggs at the Academy sounds like a comedy.
A comedy.
Yeah,
Star Wars comedy.
It sounds like one of those, college.
1980s
Yeah, Biggs at the Academy.
with
Junior's
Willie
going to
Screwball comedy.
with Willie Ames.
teacher. Nope, the teacher's going to be Police Academy.
George Gaines.
No, the star,
Gutenberg?
Steve Gutenberg.
Steve Gutenberg.
Yeah.
He's going to be the older guy, and he's going to be the teacher.
Did we
Just
just
be
make
Jason Biggs. Just get Jason Biggs to do it.
Jason Biggs to play Biggs. Oh, that's perfect.
It writes itself.
He can fuck
What
a
if-
pie.
What about the two Corys?
But
Oh,
one's dead.
Well, one could be a droid. The one that's dead can be a droid. Come on.
get a robot Corey Haim.
coming up this Saturday at 8 o'clock on the Hobie UHF channel made-for-TV movie, Biggs at the Academy, starring Steve Gutenberg, Willie
It's a
Ames.
National Lampoon Star Wars comedy.
I hope we answered your question, Brian. we
We
just
picked Biggs at the Academy, I think. I mean, we'd have to get the rights to the Police Academy music, though, wouldn't we?
dun, 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 dun. That's not it.
We can get
I
John
was like
Williams
18.
to score it. Come on. John Williams to score it for us. Come on.
That was my bad.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, Blake. Just to let you know, our local news had a Twitter story about the Beatles and that, and I defended the Beatles, and I even posted a photo of the monkeys just to show my support for the Beatles.
That's awesome.
Did you?
You know,
Yes.
it would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday this past week.
I was waiting for somebody on a local jackass to go, that's not the Beatles, but I had like 7 likes on it.
Well, there's
people
7
who
people that
commented-
have your sense of humor.
The people who commented on it were us, Pittsburgh Nerd, Masonic Geek, making fun of you.
We hijacked the channel Local 12 News Beatles story, so I was happy.
I was on Twitter. I got to look that up.
Yeah, Doug sent it over to me. What else we got?
This is my
From
favorite question we've ever had.
Randall McDaniel. Whatever happened to pulling chains?
Fuck you, Randall. Randall Holt, you
There's
can go
not
to hell.
G in her name.
To
I just saw on Facebook today, Facebook memory, my sister shared with me a meme or something which said, do you ever think about, like, years later, whatever happened to those people that you gave directions to?
That was you, Jim, with pulling chain. Randall Holt.
Like, did they ever get there, or are they still lost looking for this place?
Randall Holt. We talked about this in Graphic Novice 69.1. And to quote the great Tony Schiavone wrestling announcer, you go to hell. straight to hell.
You go to hell.
I mean, did she ever seek poison control for putting? bleach
Anyways,
down
moving
there?
on. Here we go. What do we got next from Bob?
Bob. Just Bob. Just B-O-B. Bob.
Yes.
IFC is such a weird channel. One day they're showing all Stanley Kubrick films, including Eyes Wide Shut, and the next day they are showing Kevin James films. What are other weird channels you have found?
Ooh, that's a good one. Paramount Network. Because
Paramount. I was going to say Paramount because you get to see in the afternoon. You get to see Shut It Down.
Shut it down!
Bar Rescue.
Bar
Shut
Rescue
it down
all day.
now.
And then you have some just weird movies will come on, and
somehow,
there's oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was going to say somehow, Jim, they make Yellowstone, which is getting great reviews out of everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The season 4 finale was like one of the most watched finales ever.
I would say True TV, but they only show Impractical Jokers now, so.
Called the Impractical Jokers Network. They officially changed the name.
Yeah, since they canceled I'm Sorry, fucking assholes.
To their benefit, they didn't cancel it because the show had moved to TBS, and TBS canceled it.
Well, fuck them all. Canceling that show.
Speaking of good
IFC should, they should take it back over then.
Well, they're owned by the same company.
I would
Yeah,
say
now you got those stupid Impractical Jokers taking over like 3 shows on TBS.
3?
Yeah, and most of the time, I've tried to watch that stuff because then when my stepdaughters were like it, I just think it's stupid. I don't even think it's funny.
I think it's hit or miss. I really do. I feel like it's a sketch show. Like it's some sketches are funny, some aren't.
Like, I was resistant to watching it when I first heard about it because I wasn't never a big fan of like hidden camera shows and that type of shit.
Hidden camera shows and canned laughter.
But it had a different spin on it where they're trying to make each other look like asses. They weren't making the general public to be the fools. And I think that was enough for me to actually get into it.
Speaking of classic shows or good shows, Mr. Belvedere, I just want to let you know, is on sale on Amazon for Amazon Prime. I lost it on how much it was, but I was checking it up earlier today. The seasons are on sale, Brian, for Amazon Prime Day. So if anybody would like to buy Mr. Belvedere season 1, 2, 3, 4 for Brian, we would appreciate it.
Still waiting.
Yep.
Don't send an email to us asking for my address. You got to go through Twitter.
Yes. So because Hobie Pod
Or
does that.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
No, don't go through Tumblr. That's worse than an email.
But I'll also take Night Court too.
Ugh.
That might be a little easier to find.
Night Court's tough too, I think. I'll double check. What else we got here, Blake?
Dev. The Saga. Also, Source Point Press.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most imaginative insult that you can come up with that doesn't require cursing? And then he says with cursing. So you got both.
Well, I'm not very imaginative because all the ones I come up with are from like other movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're a stuck-up, slow-witted, stuck-up, slow-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Yeah.
I was going to say Neo Maxi Zoom Dweeby.
Okay.
Who you calling scruffy looking?
You call him Scruffy.
Yeah. I was going to say, I said good day, sir.
Oh.
You're a cotton-headed ninny muffin.
Oh, that's a good one.
Superficial,
Stupid idiot moron.
Just a liquored-up idiot kicker.
Twitter. Or drunk idiot kicker.
Yeah,
Here is
right.
one from the wonderful people at Below Deck Mediterranean. You're an absolute oxygen thief.
That's a good one.
I always use from Seinfeld jerk store. That's all I have to say. Jerk store.
The jerk store called
They're out of you.
They're out of you.
It's Jerk Store. I'm using Jerk Store.
Yeah, there you go.
Or the Gordon Ramsay, you take 2 pieces of bread and put on either side of them and go, what are you? You're an idiot sandwich.
I'm about to say, one time I did when I think it was at softball, and I was angry at myself for, I don't know what I screwed up, and I screamed out something about being the son of a coal miner.
Yeah.
And then somebody on my own team was like, what does that mean? My grandfather was a coal miner. Are you making fun of my grandfather?
Yes.
Say, no,
Yes, I am.
I'm making fun of your father. He's the son of the coal miner. I'm not making fun of the coal miner.
Let's wrap this up here, Blake.
Well, you forgot to do the with cursing.
Fuck you, clown.
Fucking
Fuck you,
asshole.
clown.
Or fuck you, you fucking fucker.
Fucko.
Fucko.
I do like douche canoe. I don't know if that falls under cursing or not cursing.
Cunt. How about cunt?
Oh, there you go.
Cunt is a good one, yeah.
Cunt.
The
Cunt.
English C word.
English.
Oh, yeah, the Queen C word.
The boys
Queen
have
C-word,
written
yeah.
that word being negative.
Yes. Yes.
Ask clown or ask cowboy are 2 good ones.
Yeah. But usually when it comes up to
Fucking
insults, the British are really good at coming up with insults. Like I think Oxygen Thief was one of those. You can look them up. All right. Professor number 1 at Dr. number 1. We got to wrap this up because we're like an hour, 18 minutes. What 2 musical bands, in your opinion, have the most hits that the majority of the general public loves? What?
It's the Beatles and the Monkees, right?
Yes. Yes. That
Or is
sounds,
that one band?
that sounds like a
I
National
thought it was,
Geographic show,
the
Jeff.
Monkees and the Backstreet Boys.
No, I think it's basically. I think what he's trying to say is what popular bands. You may not think they're the greatest, but which ones have the most?
In your
hits?
opinion,
Yeah, which one have the most hits that people actually know? Like for me, I don't know music that well,
Yeah.
but I know that
the Beatles. It's got to the most hits that the majority of the public loves is the Beatles.
Okay,
The
He's making fun of
majority.
you, Jason.
Yes.
you think Zeppelin or Pink Floyd?
Nope.
No.
Ed Sheeran.
I would. Oh yeah, Ed Sheeran might be. I was going to say
Nickelback.
ABBA.
Boys to Men.
Nickelback.
No, not Nickelback.
Creed.
1, no. Fuck you.
Jackson 5.
Creed. What about Michael Jackson?
Well, it says musical band.
Oh,
He's
band,
a
yeah.
solo.
Bon Jovi. And I'm not being an asshole. Like Bon Jovi has a lot of hits that people love.
The problem
No,
is
no.
people seem to like the worst songs.
It's my life.
No, that's one of the good ones.
It is.
They always like.
I know it says
Tommy
bands,
used to
but
work
I
on
would
the
say for sure, in my opinion, I would say 1 is Garth Brooks.
Oh.
I mean,
But we got to keep it to band.
Oh, just band. Okay.
Bands. Yeah, bands.
Guns
the
N'
Garth
Roses.
Brooks band.
The Garth Brooks band. I like.
What about the Doors? I feel like everybody when I was growing up loved the Doors. Maybe not now, but back then they did.
Yeah, there was a year, like a small group where time period where the Doors was the shit. But yeah, nowadays I would not put the Doors in that. They haven't withstood that test of time.
Okay.
Pearl Jam.
Van Halen.
I assumed that this question was based off of Van Halen.
Yeah, I would guess. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed it was based off of the
It's based
Beatles
off
and the
Jason
Monkees.
hating the Beatles. Beatles and the Monkees.
Well, that too.
Either way, it's fine with me.
Hey, Brian, I did download Right Now. I downloaded it after our show last week. I forgot about that. Oh, that's a really good song.
Right. Did you watch the video?
No.
Video's great.
Yeah, I did not.
The guy will wrestle for food.
You too.
Fuck. God.
Everybody but you two and my friend Nick loves you two.
I hate them.
You know that U2 would be like the top 5 of my bands that outstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
but the majority of the general public still like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bono is not number 2.
No, Bono is
number two.
He is the two.
I think that's a fun question, though. I mean,
No, I'm not number 2.
I think that's a fun question, though. I do like that question. I mean, I'm not a music guy, but I think it's interesting. I mean, I think you have a good point, Jeff, especially with the Doors. Like, growing up, like, everybody I knew loved the Doors, but I think you're right. It's such a small era, like, in my age group. Okay. Jeff, give me some news of the geek music.
Doors music's still good, but
What?
it doesn't have their book of music just isn't big.
You talking about the Doors?
Queen. Yeah, the Doors. They just don't have enough music out there. Like, you have like Queen, you have a ton of shit.
What do you think about Queen? That could be an answer to that.
Yes.
Especially after Bohemian Rhapsody movie came out. So, hell, even
Especially after Highlander came out.
Highlander.
I will say,
I thought you were going to say Flash Gordon.
Flash!
whoever.
Highlander won the Academy Award for Best Movie Ever, though.
It's true.
That's true.
True.
But Queen has a good way of keeping themselves still relevant. Because, like in the 90s, people kind of, after Freddie, got sick and died, and then boom, Wayne's World comes out, and Queen is huge all over again. And then this movie came out 2 years ago or so, and boom, they're all over again. So Queen, you ain't having a good argument for putting on that list.
Even I feel like I've done something right with music because my 6-year-old daughter can actually name Queen songs, like several of them. So I was like, well, I guess have done at least one thing right with music in my family.
So this brings up a question for me. When you're judging like how good a band is, do you take all their stuff in consideration, or do you just pretty much take the best of stuff in consideration? Because you take the best of Queen, they're one of the best bands ever. But they've got some shit on some of those albums.
Oh, yeah.
I think,
And I mean, if you take 20 songs from Queen, you would think they could do no wrong.
I would definitely say the same thing for U2. Like, they've got 2 or 3 albums that I can listen to front to back all day, but then you've got like Zooropa.
Oh yeah, Pop was on that.
I think you could do that.
Yeah.
I think you could do that with Rush. I mean, they have. I think if you.
I don't understand the infatuation with Rush.
I think
Rush only has
Rush is
one
great.
hit.
That's the infatuation with Rush.
I think they were more of a cult following band than like a mainstream.
They like I said, they only had one top 40 hit, and it was a song I don't know if I've ever heard on the radio.
I think, hey Jeff, with your regarding your question, I think it depends on what era you're talking about. I think if you do 60s, 70s, 80s, I think you might have to do the whole catalog. But now there's not many groups that are doing lots and lots of albums outside of Adele, and there's not really many people producing a lot of albums.
But that's the thing. That means you should take everything they actually put out.
I think it's a
Adele,
smaller
Back then,
sample size.
they had to fill in albums. Yeah, you had some misfires.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you shouldn't have any misfires if you're just putting out singles.
No.
So you have to take the entire body into account now.
I'm just saying I think it's a smaller sample size. Like, and I'm not saying that he should be up there, but Ed Sheeran, how many albums does he have? 3, maybe. I mean, I think
like 20, like 20.
Does he?
Yeah.
He has a ton.
Okay, that's a bad example.
He's got at least 4 because he's got, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
Uh-huh.
Why are you talking to the non-music guy? Damn it.
He's one of the most prolific songwriters out right now.
Okay. Shut up, Jeff.
There's a reason they put him in that Beatles movie to
Yesterday.
go against songwriting.
Never mind, I'm out.
Ed Sheeran albums. Let's see. Division, number 6, Multiplication, Addition, The Hobbit, number 5, The Orange Room, Loose Change, Live at Bedford, The Slumdog Bridge, Want Some, Songs I Wrote with Amy, You Need Me, Ed Sheeran, Immortal Love. Yeah.
Okay, so let's try Carly Rae Jepsen. Let's try her.
Yeah, she barely made any albums.
She's made 2, Jim.
What is it, Vanessa Black?
No, actually, according to this, Ed Sheeran does only have 4 studio albums.
Okay.
Addition, subtraction,
I'm
multiplication,
just-
division.
I just think that you have a smaller sample size now. So I don't know.
I mean, well, I don't know. Like you say, Adele, she's only got 3 albums.
Mm-hmm. But damn, they're good.
Right.
But do you compare that to somebody like Queen that produced like 15 albums within 16 years or 14 years? I mean...
But what about Taylor Swift? I mean, she has, what, like 6 or 7, and they're just, everything is huge comes off.
Yeah.
That's just...
Usually comes off of it because she's musically talented or just because of 12-year-old girls.
Crossed over genres. Like,
yeah.
she was a country artist, and now she's one of the biggest pop artists. So.
I would take Taylor Swift as more talented than Beyonce.
I agree.
She's at least a better songwriter.
She probably has, 50 less producers per song.
That's true. I don't like Taylor Swift. I think she's fake as anything, but I will give her credit that she writes her songs. She makes hits.
Business savvy.
Yeah.
I don't think she's fake.
I don't like her.
She writes. I mean, she writes about her life.
No. I'm not talking. I'm talking like when she comes across to the public, like her interviews. I want to like jump out of a window because I feel like she's so fake in the interviews. I don't think her music's fake. I think she writes what it's about. I agree with you on that, but
she keeps up a front. Basically, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is, I don't like judging musicians on the interviews they give. I want to judge them on the music they make.
Honestly,
if I like the music, it's great. If I don't like the music, it doesn't matter what they say in an interview.
Yeah, and most of the time they don't even want to be interviewed to begin with. Like they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, this is bullshit, man.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, there's a problem that, you actually, to sell stuff, you actually have to be. You have to be selling. Yeah, instead of just, because there is a group, and it's a large group of people that buy music based off of image.
Mm-hmm. Brian, since you're about the only one here with me that's a Garth Brooks super fan here, do you think he has like really any bad hits? I mean, any bad songs? Like, I feel like his albums, I can listen to almost every single one of them and have no issue.
The only negative thing I think he has in his catalog is the Chris Gaines stuff, but that's only because he didn't get to do what he wanted to do with it.
Correct.
They took it like he wanted it to be a movie where he was kind of playing a different person as himself, but they scrapped the movie and just made him put out the soundtrack, so it didn't make any fucking sense.
Correct.
Like everyone's like, what's this guy doing? Like he's melting down, and all that did was that just pushed him out of music for 15 years.
Hell, he went on Saturday Night Live and nobody knew what the hell that was. Chris Gaines
Right.
when he was on Saturday Night Live.
So
I absolutely loved that one though.
I think I understand. Well, I hope I understand what he was trying to go for, but like Brian said, I mean, it didn't come to because they didn't do.
Yeah,
do it
well, they
way.
didn't. I mean, he just wasn't able to do what he wanted to do with what he had in mind with that idea. Like they didn't.
I love the idea, and the record companies didn't let him take it to what it should have been brought to.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, and they didn't have his back when it got shit on by everybody to the point where he quit music and was like, fuck this, I'm just going to go home and raise my kids.
I got 10
I'm going to play
billion.
professional baseball.
Yeah, like go enjoy my life. Like I don't need this shit. When he was like the biggest person in music ever, you know.
Yeah.
And now he comes back and it's like he didn't even miss a beat.
Or skip a rhythm.
Ooh,
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, Jeff, give me some music here. Give me some music for News of the Geek.
I will. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Ed Sheeran albums. I was wrong on this. He's got Addition, Multiplication, Division, and Number 6 Collaborations Project.
Collaborate and listen.
He doesn't have a Subtraction album,
Oh.
or at least not a LP. And the Number 6 Collaborations, he has a lot of guest artists on. But anyway, News of the Geek. It's time for News of the Geek. Yeah, News of the Geek. This week, it's News of the Geek. Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
Was that
I bet you,
inspired by
Jason-
Ed Sheeran?
It was.
Good, Jeff.
I bet
Say-
you Jason asks me in the future to do it again.
That was a nice effort, Jeff.
I really liked
I
it.
got an E for effort.
I liked it.
E for effort.
You know, it's bad when I like it, Jeff. That's a bad sign with music.
Oh, I didn't realize you didn't get to see my jazz hands. My camera is.
Those aren't jazz hands.
That's spirit
The
fingers.
spirit fingers, damn it. Let's see here. We're actually going off script here real quick. The Walt Disney Company is changing its ways.
What?
They are now focusing on, after months and months during COVID saying, nope, we're dropping these films in theaters, they have now said, we're going to focus on Disney+. So they said, they came out in a meeting yesterday, investors meeting, that they have rebranded, they have fired people, hired people, changed things around, reorganized their culture, and basically there are 3 people that will be in charge of figuring out what to do with films and series, and like, do they bring the films out to movie theaters, or do they go to Disney Plus, or do they go?
Please,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Please tell me one of them is Amy Pascal.
No,
Please
she's
tell me
not.
they hired Amy Pascal.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah, so now basically they're also working on it with ESPN because they lost a lot of money with live sports this year.
There were no-
So basically, after months and months of saying, nope, we're going to just put it in theaters, now they're starting to realize that, no, this isn't happening. They have 65 million subscribers to Disney. They were expecting that amount in the year 2024, and they got it in the first year of Disney Plus coming out.
Well, I'm sure COVID kind of helped steer
Sure.
people to staying home.
Pandemic, probably, yeah.
I wonder how many of those are free subscriptions that were given out by Verizon.
You know what? Worldwide, 65 million. That's still a lot.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
They did say, what's that?
I was going to say, and I might be one of those subscribers when they finally get around to getting Marvel shows up.
Yeah, they said that they're expecting it to be 65 million. They're expecting it to be up to 90 million here in the next year or so. They are number 3 right now between with streaming services behind Netflix and Amazon. So Amazon people just get because of the free shipping.
Yeah, and Amazon Prime is a little cheating as to.
Fun little fact: Quibi is
Well, they
number
also have to
87
drum
in
up a
streaming
lot of-
services.
They have to drum up revenue
Yeah.
and increase their sales because Disney World in California has been closed
Yes.
Yeah,
this entire time, and they're hurting. big
So
time.
that was the
that'd be
idea.
Disneyland in California.
or Disneyland in California.
I know
Disney
Doug will
World's
correct
in
us.
Orlando,
Yeah,
right?
Doug would have corrected us if we let that stand.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
So basically, they're going to figure out with all their properties when they make a film, is it going to go to theaters, Disney Plus, or Hulu, or even on network TV sometimes. They said basically it comes down to what they can make the most money out. They said that in their investors meeting.
So
That
the question by saying Disney Plus, does that mean like free to Disney Plus or like Mulan where they're charging $30?
The articles that I have read today, I've read a couple different ones on this. They said that the $30, every article has said the $30 price tag that they did for Mulan will not come back. They will not be doing that. They said they did. Every report I read said they did well enough on it, but they don't want to be known for that. So I think that was the first time they were trying to figure out what to do with it. Soul, the Pixar film, which is getting outstanding reviews, is actually coming out December 25th on Disney Plus if you have a subscription.
Okay.
So part of me feels bad because these animators have worked years and years on this film, and you would like to see it in the theaters. But then you think they have 65 million people probably able to watch this. You know, they're going to get a bigger audience, I think, in Disney Plus.
And I suppose the next question is, well, what about internationally? You know, where countries have the pandemic under control, are they going to release them in theaters there, or are they?
That's the gray area because internationally, people are pissed off about Soul because they're being Soul is being released in theaters in countries that have the COVID under control, but it's Disney Plus in the countries it doesn't. So I think going forward, they're still looking at like Canada or in United States, it's probably going to be Disney Plus in that. They said basically take it country by country. So internationally, it seems like it's been going out to the theaters still, some of these. But hey, that's the one good thing from COVID. Yay!
That's a good thing?
That we're getting movies straight to Disney Plus.
That's a good thing?
For me, it is.
Oh, okay.
To which I was talking to Brad from the Cinema Guys, and he said, well, if this is the case from now on, can you please release Black Widow this Christmas on Disney Plus so we can see it before the end of the year? Which I agree.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's going straight to HBO Max.
Is it?
Wonder Woman 84?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah,
they pretty much said they were going to have to push it back again, and they said there's no schedule opening because apparently you can't release two big movies in the same weekend. So I think they announced, that's going to go straight to HBO Max.
You know what?
Do you think Bond's going to come out on something, or they're going to wait?
I think they wait. I think Bond waits.
I mean, it's been pushed back, 3 times already?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're definitely holding on as long as they can to get that into a theater.
Yeah, well, Wonder Woman's been pushed back, I think, 5 times.
Yeah.
And now it's just not even going to... Now they're going straight to streaming, I think. So, Wonder Woman was pushed back as many times as the New Mutants.
They said Disney Plus...
Can we fact check that?
Yes, please do.
They said Disney has basically just pivoted everything to Disney Plus now. They realize that they rather just do it, rather be the big Netflix monster than theaters, especially for the foreseeable future.
What's the point of holding on to stuff? Like there's nothing new coming out. Like, people want shit to watch. I know it sucks, but this is not a normal time. Nobody ever expected this. So, in my opinion, if they were to just say, you know what, we're just going to drop Wonder Woman Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Just because, we're, in my opinion, I would be fuck yeah. I'm signing up for Disney because that's awesome. Good for them.
Trolls 2 World Tour got more eyes on it and made more money on video on demand because there's nothing out. That was in April, but there was nothing out. And so I think even now, you're right. I mean, hell, Soul, I told my wife, I was like, great, we got something to watch on Christmas Day now. I'm excited to watch that. It's a Pixar film. So.
I just don't understand, why instead of pushing, especially, these trilogy and, all these, franchise movies, Fast and Furious 9 was supposed to come out in April. Now it's not coming out until June of 2021.
Jeez.
So why wouldn't you just drop that over COVID and have it for $24.99? It would have made a ton of money.
not to be depressing and go into it, but, in theory, the numbers are, moving up with COVID. So,
Oh yeah.
in theory,
Yeah, I mean-
November, December, January, you're not going to have people going out as soon.
No.
So you're right. Drop it. Just to drop it.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, people need stuff to watch. Like, there's, like, I'm running out of shit that I'm interested in. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm rewatching stuff that I've already watched. Like, I can only, this coming from the biggest King of Queens fan around. I can only watch so much King of Queens.
Everyone
I love
says
it.
that.
I love that show, but enough's enough.
I got burned out on Seinfeld, Andy Griffith, and The Office already. That's what the 3 shows I've
Yeah,
burned
The
through.
Office is like is the one that, like, I haven't watched recently. That's always on. So, like, but I will say one show that I have been starting to watch that I kind of like is Last Man Standing.
Are you watching it from the beginning?
No, so like it just randomly comes on after the King of Queens marathon during the afternoon. So like,
Yeah.
But I have caught several different seasons where it's like they've recasted like half the show, and it's like, wait, you're not that person. You're not that person.
Yeah, because I know like one of the daughters they recast after the first season.
Yeah,
And then when they moved from ABC to Fox,
they recast.
they
another
recast almost everybody, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that was the thing, though, when they moved to Fox, they cast the middle daughter, who was like, short, dark-haired girl with a like tall blonde.
Well, of course.
And it's like, okay, I can't believe that's the same person. I
Right.
mean,
but I have found myself enjoying that show.
Real quick here, since we're at an hour and 40 here, Jamie Foxx has signed on to play Electro again in Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland. Rumor is Benedict Cumberbatch will also reprise his role as Doctor Strange, and he's going to be the Tony Stark going forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I could see Benedict Cumberbatch and Doctor Strange pulling off that role as the centerpiece to how everything.
The latest
hooks
theory
together.
is that Sony and Marvel will play nicely together, and the Spider-Verse is starting with Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland, and then Doctor Strange into the multiverse or Madness multiverse, whatever thing.
The multiverse of madness.
Thank you. And then WandaVision will open up all the different universes that we started seeing in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. So basically, they're bringing back everybody. The one rumor is that Andrew Garfield will come back for a cameo. Same with they're trying to work on Tobey Maguire and all this stuff. So that's how it's all connected. So there you go.
Man, if only if we talked about this last week.
Did we?
did.
Son of a bitch.
It sounds really familiar.
But you know what, Jim? We didn't talk about Benedict Cumberbatch coming back last week. So suck it.
That's the only thing new.
Have you guys, speaking of Spider-Man, have you guys seen, I don't remember the actor's name, but the guy who played Ned? Dude lost
got
a
fit.
ton of weight.
Did
got
he?
fit.
Like jacked.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
like...
There's a Snapchat video like on I think Loop. I'm trying to think which magazine has a little thing. Had a little thing about him on Looper. Yeah.
I just saw something. I'm like, that's not him.
Well, they could be because he's also in the comic books. He takes over as Hobgoblin. So
He's going to be a bad guy?
could be. So let's see.
Just real brief, talking about properties going straight to streaming. I don't know if you guys heard that Coming to America was bought by Amazon. Will be coming out December 18th on Amazon Prime.
We just listed that on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas.
Maybe that's where I saw it.
There you go. Jeff, real quick, I'll give you some box office news. We don't have to go over everything that's upcoming.
Yeah, we'll do it real quick.
Yeah, ready? Box office news with Jeff.
Number one this week is not Tenet. It falls from the number one spot. The War with Grandpa made $3.6 million in its opening week on a $24 million budget.
The king is
Robert
dead.
Downey Jr. is just a juggernaut at the theaters.
Tenet came in second with $2.1 million, a total of $48.5 million on a $200 million budget. The Hocus Pocus re-release made another $1.1 million, a total of $3 million upon its re-release. The New Mutants still going strong at $685,000, a total of $22 million on its $100 million budget. And Unhinged still in the top 5 at $660,000, a total of $19.5 million on its $33 million budget. Okay, since we're running late, I'll read this list. If there's anything in here people want to know more about, just let Jim know and I'll make him look it up.
They're all ready.
We've got Shithouse. She is the Ocean. Harry Chapin, When in Doubt, Do Something. Two Hearts. The Shade Shepherd. Escape from Extinction. The Devil Has a Name, The Kid Detective, Bang Bang, and Honest Thief was pushed back to this week.
Jim, what's The Kid Detective?
Well, I'm going to do Shithouse first.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That's a homesick college freshman goes to a party at Shithouse, ends up spending the night with his sophomore RA who's had a shitty day and wants someone to hang out with. This is going to be one of your raunchy
yeah, I'm about to say
comedies.
that sounds like Biggs at the Academy.
I
title
thought this
for the
was
show.
a Schitt's Creek spinoff.
No.
Oh,
You said the Kid
There'd be a
Detective?
C in the title if it was.
yeah.
What's The Kid Detective?
A once celebrated kid detective, now 32, continues to solve the same trivial mysteries between hangovers and bouts of self-pity until a naive client brings him his first adult case to find out who brutally murdered her boyfriend.
It's like Encyclopedia Brown grew up.
That's Adam Brody is starring in that one.
I kind of like that. He's an adult for solving kid crimes. I like that. It's kind of funny.
I'm curious about Bang Bang.
Bang Bang.
Just because you have to do the finger guns.
The true story of DDP.
Or this is a foreign film that was released in 2015.
5-year-old film. All right.
Or 2014, my bad. A young bank receptionist gets him mixed up with Javier Nanda, a man who has a mysterious background.
Okay.
Sounds
There's
exciting.
The Devil Has a Name. This one, I think, might be. And it's Haley Jones Osment, Pablo Schreiber, Kate Bosworth, Martin Sheen, and it's a psychotic oil matriarch leaves the whole industry exposed when she attempts to outfight a bullish farmer whose water has been poisoned.
Okay.
I think this is probably the best film out of all of them. Edward James Olmos, David Strathairn, Alfred Molina. Yeah, big cast. Directed by Edward James Olmos.
I'm still going with Kid Detective.
What's Honest Thief?
We talked about that last week. It's the Liam Neeson, Taken 17.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to see that.
What is that? Oh yeah.
Escape from Extinction is Helen Mirren. Rare footage of endangered animals and interviews with the world's leading animal welfare specialist and conservation scientist.
Be on Disney Plus
So a
by
nature
next week.
documentary.
Be on Disney
Nature
Plus.
documentary.
All right,
Okay.
Carrie Chapin, is this based on the singer, I'm assuming?
Documentary that tells the story of singer-songwriter activist Harry Chapin's dedication to trying to end world hunger before his tragic passing.
Well, he's only got 3 left, Jeff. So we kind of might as well just have him do it. What's
I don't care about the other one.
Okay, we're not doing the other 3. Fuck them. We're done.
Gone through what's the other one? The Shade Shepherd and Two Hearts.
And she is the ocean.
Shade Shepherd, an adventure set in the late 80s. A psychiatrist leads his junkie older brother towards the Canadian border to escape a murder charge.
Okay.
Oh, fleeing the country.
Escape from it. No, I did that. What was the other one that we
Two
did?
Hearts.
Two Hearts.
Two Hearts. This is another foreign film.
Beating at just one.
Two couples, the future unfolds in different decades and different places, but a hidden connection will bring them together in a way no one could have predicted.
So it's like the Lake House.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. Get out of my head.
We've been together way too long, Jeff.
All right, Jim, we got one left. Might as well read She is the Ocean.
She is the Ocean. That is this one came out in 2018. It's a documentary explored the lives of 9 women from around the world who share a passion for the ocean.
Boring.
Hera. It's Aquaman prequel. Let's see here. Okay.
It is not.
Jeff, give me a top 5.
Dun, dun, psh, dun, dun, top 5.
Okay, we'll try to get through.
That's better than the News of the Geek music.
Nothing was better than my News of the Geek music.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let's see here. As of we'll do this real quick since we're at like 6 hours. Let's see.
Not even close.
Top 5. Jeff, you go first. What's your number 5? Top 5 most. I guess I should tell you what the theme is.
Yeah.
Top 5.
What are we doing?
Just top 5, Jeff. Just Jim. Just do a top 5. Anything you want.
We've done that before. It didn't work too well.
Top 5 most wanted sci-fi film reboots that we want.
Yeah, I kind of threw the word film out of there because I did care about most sci-fi films being rebooted. So I took other properties that weren't necessarily film.
You do what you want.
But my number 5 is Manimal.
Manimal.
You can make it into a film. Yeah,
You can make it into a film, but I would rather see it get like a gritty Amazon reboot, kind of like The Boys.
Okay. Brian, what's your number 5?
Number 5, and it's kind of already been done, but the movie Snowpiercer. I mean, they did it with the TV show, but the movie was awful. I would like to see it redone.
TV show is boring.
It was good. I liked it better than the movie. But it was a little slow.
It did get my kids to repeat the same thing every time they saw a preview for it. This train is ours. Every single time it comes on, all 3 of my kids yell it.
That's funny.
It's like, good job, kids. Jim, what's yours?
My number 5, I am going to go. I want a live action version of the movie Titan AE.
Oh, good one, Jim. Damn it. Good one. Blake.
Well, it's not going to be as exciting as Jeff's Man-Eater.
Manimal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that remaking that song from those 2 guys. What's the
Yeah, we're not doing the Hall & Oates song.
Hall & Oates?
Garfunkel and Oates.
Or I should say Daryl Hall and John Oates is the official name of the duo.
Daryl Hall. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a new Buck Rogers.
In the 21st century?
Yeah.
25th.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want him in the 21st.
Yeah, I don't want to see Buck Rogers in the 21st century.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
He has COVID. Thankfully.
Bitty. Wear a mask, Buck.
Let's see here. My number 5 is it's not a reboot. I'm kind of breaking the rules. I'm doing a sequel. I want Solo 2. I kind of really want a sequel to Solo. Even if it's like
you do?
Yeah. Maybe maybe I want more of a Lando movie. Maybe how about that, Blake? Maybe I'll take that. I enjoyed Solo enough.
Movie?
What's that?
More of a Kira
Solo
movie?
2 and Lando Electric Boogaloo.
That's right.
Lando Boogaloo.
I like Solo enough that I could see a second one. I mean, God.
Yeah, it was all right.
I've
If
seen
you take Solo out of it,
Take everyone but Solo.
Kind of like Valerie's family when they got rid of Valerie Harper and they, became the Hogans.
With Crazy Eye Sandy.
Exactly. Bring Sandy Duncan in to play instead of Aaron Reich or whatever his name is.
Heidenreich? That's a wrestler.
Well, they could take Daenerys Targaryen and Darth Maul there and move on with Solo too.
They could.
Good old Darth. My number 4 is old Disney film that I really enjoyed as a kid. They could remake it. It was a little bit dark even for a kid's film back then. Flight of the Navigator. Kid gets kidnapped by an alien, comes back 7 years later, hasn't aged, but the rest of the world has, and he flies around with this alien ship. So, there you go.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, I think they could remake it. Number 4 for you, Blake.
Number 4 for me, I could do a new Logan's Run.
I thought about that. I thought you'd have that one on there too.
And the dystopia theme that we've been going on here for the past couple years and living.
J.J. Abrams
Did they make one remake of that?
J.J. Abrams has had the rights to that and has been in developmental hell for a long time.
Yeah.
No, I won't confuse that with Running Man.
Okay.
I watched that last night.
Did they make a remake of Running Man?
No, that was Total Recall.
No, but I'm sorry I interrupted, Jason. What? J.J. Abrams got the rights?
Yeah, he has the rights, and he's been trying to make one for years now.
Maybe it's just we talked about it like years ago that I thought they actually did one.
I think we did actually talk about it in the first 2 years of our show that JJ kept trying to make it.
You make a dark thing. You take the campiness out of it of Logan's Run, and you make a kind of a thing too. Yeah,
but you still need a cameo by Michael York.
Of course,
cameo, but not.
Well, it'd be kind of difficult because he'd be way over the age limit.
Yeah, but he would be one of the guys who escaped it.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. Oh, don't give the plot away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then we couldn't advertise that Michael York was in the movie without giving the plot away.
Logan's Run remake taps Hunger Games writer. This is from 2018.
Oh. Yeah.
So
it might still be in the works.
The best is from March of 2018. The Logan's Run remake has taken a big step forward. Nope.
Nope.
Well, actually, they should have plenty of time to write that script.
There's an interview on YouTube with J.J. Abrams. The Logan's Run remake is in the works from July 2015. It did not do well. Jim, what's your number 4?
I am going to go in the same kind of thing, a project that has been up in the air for a long time. I am going to go with Heavy Metal and Heavy Metal 2000.
Okay.
Ooh.
Animated?
Like a spin-off or a sequel. Animated. They were supposed to, like 2008, 2009, there was in development to make another one with David Fincher and James Cameron as actually the producers. And they would get directors and animators of Tim Miller, Zack Snyder, Gore Verbinski, and Guillermo del Toro attached direct segments of it. And it didn't go anywhere. And then 2011, Robert Rodriguez at Comic-Con announced he bought the project and run the rights to it and was shifting it to a TV thing. And that was 2014. So they need to get on this and get it released.
Maybe they're just waiting to see what streaming service, Jim.
Well, wait a minute. What year did the original Heavy Metal come out?
1980.
1980. And then 2009, you said?
Yeah. 2000.
2000. Oh, so yeah, we're due every 20 years.
Yep.
Every 20 years, we need a new Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Back when 1980, back when Journey was considered heavy metal.
Yeah.
Brian,
and John Candy, voice actor.
Brian, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Tenet.
We need to reboot it already while it's still in theaters.
I mean, it came out like how long ago? I mean,
So help me, Brian has Looper at number 3. That's all I'm saying.
Looper. Oh, I didn't think of that.
Well done, Brian. Jeff, what's your number 4?
Well, since Blake brought it up already, I'm going to say Running Man.
Watched it last night. Still amazing. Still
No,
amazing.
I mean a good version of Running Man.
Still amazing.
Kind of
Because-
more like the actual story.
Or it doesn't even have to be the actual story because I don't know what the actual story is. It just can't be campy and cheesy. I want it to be a gritty remake.
With Richard Dawson.
No,
He's
Alex
dead,
Trebek.
but
Okay, fine.
Alex Trebek. Oh, I'm sold on that.
Well, he'll be
But-
dead by the time they make it. So then we got to do the next Family Feud host, Ray Combs. Can we get him in there?
Yeah, no, he's dead.
He's dead too.
Okay, never mind then. Steve Harvey. Can we get Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Probably could.
Yeah.
The
Or Drew
original
Carey.
the original story is pretty much the runners are just people they take, and they're not in a game thing. They're anywhere you want to go in the country. And the killers are more like I'd say Mr. Smith from
Then yes, more like the original story. I don't want all the cheesy one-liners and the people wearing costumes and.
No, you don't like the wrestling aspect of it?
No, I hated that aspect of the movie.
Great film.
yeah, the hunters are more like
sweet
FBI
irony.
agents. Yeah,
Jeff, what's
where
your
it
number?
was filmed. And
I like that idea, though. I like Jim's idea better now. I want that.
you mean Stephen King's idea?
Yes. Shut up, Jim. Trademark it. Trademark it, Jim. If you say trademark, they can't take it back.
That's not how that works.
I got, hey,
How any
Jim,
of this works.
you make that film. I got a film about this scary alien that takes the shape of a clown that keeps coming to the same city every year and kills kids, or every 25 years or whatever, and kills kids.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I saw It Part 2.
Did you like it?
Sucked. It was horrible.
Oh, I liked it.
Ugh.
Jeff, what's your number
But anyways.
3?
My number 3 is Lawnmower Man.
Oh no, that was.
No, we
such a
need to make it.
tragic movie. But
Okay,
the short
we need to
story
make-
was pretty bad too.
Oh no, we don't want that based off of the story. I liked the idea of the.
Riding Lawnmower Man?
Oh, that's interesting. But no, I liked the idea of the learning through the artificial intelligence stuff. It just done in a better way than what they did with Pierce Brosnan.
Can we keep the same special effects, though?
Nope. We need good special effects.
Can we bring Jeff Fahey back to play the Lawnmower Man?
No, we can bring Jeff Fahey back to play the evil scientist.
Oh, okay.
Jim, trademark it. Trademark it.
Trademark it.
Jim has 87 trademarks by the end of the show. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And these are all short stories by Stephen King.
Sorry, Steven, you didn't trademark it.
Wait till I come up with Dreamcatcher later on my list.
Nobody wants that. I got to.
Well, if you're going to remake something, remake the crap. Don't
No,
remake good things.
Jim, I took that information. I'm sorry, Jeff, I did.
Dreamscape.
So, go ahead, Brian. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
That could work.
I
Jim,
know
number
a
two.
lot of people
Jim,
like
what's your
it.
number
I've never
3?
seen it.
Huh?
You don't want to talk to Brian about his pick at all, Jason?
No, number 3.
Okay.
Jim,
My
what's
number
the
3.
Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
Uh-huh.
Jim, just keep moving.
Okay. My number 3 will be Hearts in Atlantis.
Is that a Stephen King story?
It's a Stephen King story, but they only did half the book. While the second half of the book kind of ties in the entire Stephen King universe, all these other characters, it kind of puts it so it's all tied together. Where you can go.
Trademark it, Jim. Trademark.
Trademark. Say it, Jim.
The second it's all like you bring in the Dark Tower series and all that gets put into it, and the everything kind of puts into one universe.
Say it, Jim. Trademark.
Even Lawnmower Man.
I don't know about that. Trademarked.
Blake 3.
I was gonna go with Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
They've only made that 6 times over. Let's do it again, Blake.
I only know of 2.
I think you're right. Actually, it hasn't been that many.
I think there might have been done one under the name Invasion, where they didn't actually say of the Body Snatchers. And
don't get it confused with Pornhub's Invasion of the Booty Snatchers.
Ooh.
Oh, can I change my number 3 to Invasion of the Booty Snatchers?
Change approved.
They made one in 1956 was the original, 1978, 1993, and 2007.
Oh. Well, obviously they haven't gotten it right yet.
Can we get back to Buckeye Banzai now?
Talk shit all you want, man. It had a great cast.
I always
Jason's never seen it. He knows nothing about it.
Yeah, no.
I just heard
everything. He just talks shit about stuff that sounds stupid.
I've only heard. I mean, it's got loyal following. People love it. I've just never seen it, so I can't say anything about it.
I always get that confused with the Bruce Campbell Western.
Briscoe County Jr.?
Yes.
They are redoing that.
Oh, jeez. Let's see
That's
here.
Jason's number 3.
My number 3 is Starship Troopers. I want to remake it like a gritty version. What did you say, Jeff?
See Buckaroo Banzai.
Brian's going to be mad at me. My number 2.
He's already plotting revenge.
I know. I'm sorry. My number 2 is I actually think they could do this well. Remake Darkman. I really enjoyed that film, so I think that there's a lot of it's a little corny though. Now, if you watch it, I think you could remake Darkman into a pretty good film. So.
Bringing Liam Neeson back.
Yeah, bring him back. He's searching for his kids. So, as Darkman, give him back my kids.
I've got a certain set of skills. It's Darkman.
Darkman. Number 2, Blake.
Number 2, I like to do a reboot of episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars.
Technically, that's not sci-fi, is it, Jeff?
Well, neither was Solo, but you put it on your list, so...
It's my top 5. I can do what I want.
Jim, number 2.
My number 2. Now, this one, it's not. I don't want this to be a film because they did it as a film and they fucked it up. The Dark Tower.
Saw that coming.
Weren't they planning on doing a series of that?
They were.
I hope they were. There's nothing in talks now that I see.
Okay.
I want HBO 10 seasons where I would still like McConaughey, and I want to be in it with those characters, but do it right. Like 8 fucking books. Don't make an hour and a half movie out of it.
It was pretty shitty. I never read the books, but I was incredibly disappointed by the movie. I can't imagine people who read the books were.
I'm the same with Jeff. I never read the books, but the movie sucked.
Pissed off.
Brian,
I read the book.
Yeah.
I apologize. Go ahead, fix it up. Go ahead. What's your number 2? No.
Number 2 is Little Shop of Horrors.
Ooh. Okay, see, I can get behind that.
So are we going back to the original, like no musical, or are you just going to musical it out the waz more than the remake?
Yeah, just musical it up all the way. Like,
okay.
Who would be
now that Rick Moranis is back in the spotlight?
Make him the
a sequel, a direct sequel of it, maybe.
Ish.
Audrey 2 comes back, and Rick Moranis has to deal with it.
You can do a movie mash with combine that with the Pod People, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I was going to say Venom, but
And if Rick Moranis is in it, he might be shrinking stuff.
Yeah. And or he enlarges things.
Way to ruin Brian's movie. You know, Brian, I
Why
back
does
you
that
up
ruin
here.
Brian's movie?
We just made it better.
That's probably how
ruined anything.
He would probably defeat Audrey too by shrinking it because he went to the other movie. And
Jeff, what's your number 2?
my number 2 is Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Good one.
I like that.
I mean, they should just always continue making that. They don't need to ever, whenever they have hiatuses, just make some more and then visit it again a year or so later.
You could just make a
Should they
TV
do
show of Nathan Fillion following him around, and I'll watch it.
That's true.
Should they do it with the Guild too, Jeff?
I think the Guild ran its course.
Okay.
They were doing some live streaming of the Guild actually playing Dungeons and Dragons, so they were playing as their Guild characters live.
I watched a couple hours of that.
I couldn't even get through like a half hour of it.
Well, mainly because they don't know how to play. But
Yeah, that does help.
What's your number 1, Jeff?
My number 1 is The Misfits of Science.
Brian, what's your number 1?
My number 1, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would like to see a reboot of Terminator.
I've seen 6 of them already.
a reboot, not a sequel.
Oh. I've seen one of those then.
Yes.
Would you have Arnie in it? Schwarzenegger.
No.
Okay. I'm being
don't.
serious because if you want to reboot, I think if you make it clean I think you have to cut him off. I think you have to get rid of him.
Absolutely.
Or you could put Daenerys Targaryen in it.
Are you an actual Terminator fan?
I enjoy them, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Or was he
Not
trying
like-
to be witty?
I did not know that about Brian.
I mean, I'll agree. I really liked the first movie, but it is very dated.
yes.
And to see like that story be rebooted, I'll agree with you on that.
In a perfect world, I would like to see them like reboot it and put like a Momoa type guy playing Schwarzenegger.
They tried that once.
Yeah, that's true.
That sounds like a bad Conan movie.
Sarah Connor. Jim, what's your number 1?
My number 1, it's not so much a reboot. It is going to be a sequel, and it's going to be called Ready Player 2,
Well,
which is in the works. Books comes out. I saw good old Will Wheaton shared his just a copy of the title page that he gets to read a briefing of it.
I think Will Wheaton's doing the audiobook.
Okay.
He did. I think he read the audiobook for the first one, so he's probably doing the audiobook for the second one.
Yeah, so he tweeted about it, and I was like, ooh, yes. But now let's make it up to the way it can be made.
Oh, yeah, make the movie properly.
Yeah.
Although I read where what has been released so far about the book sounds like he just rewrote the original story again. Like it's another Easter egg hunt for the control of the Oasis.
Trademark it.
Trademark.
Blake, number 1.
Number 1, I'd like to see like a new episode 7, 8, and 9 of Star Wars.
Just 7 and 9, 8 instead.
8 can stay.
Oh no, you got to do all 3.
Number 1 for me, because we're not going to entertain Blake's idea on that one, is
You bastard.
the Disney horrible film, The Black Hole. I think there could be a good. Yeah, there could be a good film in there. What did you think I said?
Yeah, I can't argue that.
No.
I thought you were saying The Black Cauldron.
I haven't
No,
seen that in a
Black
long
Hole.
time. I don't know how
Yeah.
that ages.
Well, your thing broke up
Oh,
right
sorry.
as you were saying it, so I heard all, and I thought you were saying cauldron.
Black
Not
Hole. The Black Hole. There could be a good film in there. Wasn't in the 1970s film, but there could be.
But it had the cute little robot and the big mean robot.
Yeah.
Bill.
Let's see here. Real quick, just throw out any honorable mentions. Anybody?
Honorable mentions. I got Galaxy Quest
Oh, great film.
to do a sequel.
Or a series, a TV series, a
Series,
Galaxy
yep.
Quest. Be cool.
Gattaca.
That was perfect the way it was.
I would like to see an updated version, kind of like Idiocracy, of what happens to characters afterwards.
We're
And
living
they
it.
rebuilt the Earth. Exactly. And then The Boy and His Dog.
Okay.
I had Blue Thunder as an honorable mention.
Brian, did you have anything?
I did have a couple of franchises that I would like to see rebooted.
Okay.
Oh, franchises.
Kentucky
your
Fried
top
Chicken.
five. It's your honorable mention.
The
You
Cincinnati
can do what you
Bengals, and
want.
with that franchise rebooted.
I think we lost Brian. He muted himself. We lost Brian.
Fuck you guys. I'm
Well, you
going
you got to put the intern in his place every once in a while.
Damn. Brian, I love you.
Brian,
Come
I'll
on,
give
man.
Brian's ideas.
Let's see here. We'll go back to Brian when he comes back.
Yes.
We had listener feedback on this one.
I thought I had Dreamscape. I just thought of that while we were talking, Jeff's stuff. Yeah, I like Dreamscape. I thought that movie was cool. Could be better. now.
Yeah, fuck Dreamscape.
Somebody's unmuted.
Don't be muted again.
Somebody's found his voice.
Let's see.
Somebody's due for some hazing.
Doctor Number One had Emmanuel in Space, A Clockwork Orgy, the Uranus Experiment, Alien Sex Files, and I think he misspelled it, Alita Battle Angel. So there you go. Let's see.
I figured Dr. Number One would have had like a Human Centipede or something.
Nisi, gotta love Nisi. She said, off the top of my head, remakes of Highlander, The Running Man, Blade Runner, Close Encounters, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I would love just to see how they would make these with today's technology. Although the nostalgia of them would probably be lost. Big Dev had Star Wars Episodes 7 and 9, not 8. It's sci-fi. I don't care what Jeff says. Number 4 is Tomorrowland. Stop it. Number 3 is Tron. 2, Battlefield Earth. And number 1, Barbed Wire.
I would like to see a good barbed wire. I'm not sure
one
what
that
Brian
doesn't have
thinks
Pamela
about
Lee
barbed wire,
Anderson.
but
Nick Albright says, combine 2001 with Armageddon to get 2020. Fucked Odyssey.
That's not funny.
Brian Ow had
It's true.
Damnation Alley, Megaforce, the Star Wars sequel trilogy. How dare you? Star Blazers. It begs to be a live action one. And
Yeah, Star Blazers. I'm waiting for it.
live action Star Blazers. I like it.
And Solo 2. So there you go.
What? No,
That'd be
no Big
wet.
Daddy Academy.
Big's coming.
Bigs at
Okay.
the account.
That-
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for listening. Bad idea of the
no,
week.
come on. We can't,
What?
Well,
Come on. Come on. Let's hear the franchise reboots. Come on.
Bad idea of the week, number 812, insulting the intern.
It's not a bad idea. It's what we do.
Oh,
every week.
yeah. Great. Now next week is going to be screwed because Jason is saying he's not going to be there, and now the intern won't do his job. So I apologize right now ahead of time how terrible next week's episode is going to be.
But Jeff's got it. He's in control. Blake, Jeff, and Jim, they got it. They
we
got
should
it.
do a week where the intern picks the show.
Next week.
Intern,
If the intern
you do
if
the
the
outline
intern
next week.
Did Hobie,
All your
what would he
topics.
make it into?
Only what the intern wants to talk about. That's what next week's show will be.
Intern, you pick all the topics and send it to everybody.
You
I
don't
don't want your pity. I don't need it.
I ain't doing it for pity. I'm doing it so I don't have to do any work.
Hey, I keep my mouth shut when you talk about buttons and whatever all that other shit you talk about is. So we're all good.
If we're going to do an entire intern episode, it's all going to be how bad Jason is.
That's fine. That's fine.
And some King of Queens thrown in.
Yeah.
And some Rocky Four.
I'll be honest. I don't think I'm the worst right now.
It could be the
I'll
Kevin
actually
James.
do my trivia that I thought I was doing this week because when you sent it to us, it said trivia Brian 6 to 6:30, and I thought, oh, cool, I'm doing trivia. No, different Brian.
I thought it was you too.
No,
6:30 to 7.
He's
different
not doing
Brian.
Well, Brian, you're in charge of trivia from 6:30 to 7.
I'm busy.
No,
Trivia with
actually,
Brian.
Brian's in charge of trivia from 11:30 to 2:30 a.m.
Anyways, titles for the show. I had Jeff's Maneater. Let's see. Biggs at the Academy. Perfect Front for a Chop Shop. That One Time in College. And that's it.
What?
I had Underground Car Dealership, Spirit Fingers, Invasion of the Booty Snatchers, I Can Only Watch So Much King of Queens, and franchise reboots.
I had Biggs at the Academy and Rod Carew's Black Market Car Dealership.
I had Robot Corey Haim. Nice Effort.
Nice effort.
Let's not do that again. Stupid Idiots. I just wrote that down like real recent.
Yeah, you didn't add more in at the end, so I.
Well, I didn't want to get kicked off the podcast too, you know.
Warhawk was
and
offensive. Okay.
No, that was it.
I did like the.
I've got the interns franchise reboot list.
Franchise reboots.
The intern muted.
Stay tuned for the interns franchise reboot list.
Let's see here.
I like Biggs at the Academy. I think that's awesome.
That sounds good. We got 2 of the 3, so we're going Biggs at the Academy. That makes it easy.
I also did like, what was that, Brian? You said, let's not do this again.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Do that again.
Hey, Brian, would you
Yes,
like to do
Jack.
trivia on Saturday afternoon?
I got to work Saturday.
Good. I don't want you there anyways then. I was going to do trivia with you.
all good.
Thanks for everybody listening. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.